Hi, my cupcakes. Today's topic is not going to be about Scentsy, so I'm sorry if you guys were looking forward to seeing anything Scentsy. I do have a Scentsy buddy right here, if you want to see a Scentsy buddy. And my little panda. But, anyhow, on to the true topic. I want to start out by addressing a couple of very personal topics. They go hand in hand most of the time, but you'll soon see why it's significant. Now, I have seen, whether people want to say they do or don't, that's up to them, but I have seen some of the bullying, whether it be through school, because my stepson, he goes to school. He's hard to believe he's going to be going into third grade. Oh my gosh. And then he's going to be 9 years old already. And the end of the year this year. Anyhow, I've seen the bullying. I've seen it online. I've seen it through social media, so technically online. I've seen it through, guys, it's just, I've seen it through so many different platforms. And I want to first apologize for, not doing a Scentsy video today. Even though I know I told you guys that there's going to be times where I do personal topics. And this one is one that hits home. It really does. And I'd much rather have it talked about now than have it stay and linger and things get worse and worse. So what I want you to do is comment the very thing that you have been bottling inside. Because I want you to comment the very thing that you've been bottling inside because you are afraid of what others may think, say, or do. This is a safe place. My channel is a non-judgment zone, so it's judgment-free. You are safe to express yourself. Please don't bully on my content. Do not bully on my channel. I will block you. So my questions are, first off, how many of you have ever been bullied? Whether it be in school, at home, on the internet, or even in your own religion. I can tell you personally, it's happened to me more often than not. I was a victim of sexual abuse, just as well as other forms of bullying. My biological father, and most of the men in my family actually, have sexually abused me. Raped me, molested me, however you want to put it, from the age of 2 on up to 16. Mostly by my biological father. And what made it worse is he actually tried to pimp me out when I was 13 years old. Just because I was his daughter. So because I was his daughter, he tried to pimp me out. Because he thought he owned me because I was his blood. Some of you are probably thinking, oh, well, did you report him? Honestly, I tried to. I really did. I tried. But when the police were called, I had to lie in order to avoid getting beaten by him. If he wasn't sitting in the chair across the room from me, and giving me a glare, he would have been placed behind bars and labeled. And the label would have been sexual predator. How many of you, okay, next question. How many of you have been told you're not good enough? You'll never be the thing you're striving for. Example, like singer, writer, artist, anything. Even an astronaut. Not that I would want to go to space, but there's people that do. I mean, I know I have. All I ever really wanted to do was to do the things that I was passionate about. I enjoy singing, dancing, painting, just, enjoying what I could do at life. When I was in school, my family told me I was not coordinated enough to dance. So I would never make it as a dancer. That's what I was told. And I accepted that. I thought, okay, maybe I'm not, but I can try something else. There's another thing that I was interested in doing anyway, being a singer. They told me I didn't have the golden vocal cords to be a singer, so I'll never be a singer. Doesn't stop me from singing to my kids. My husband supports me on it, even though I don't strive for the famous people. I don't strive to be famous. I don't want to be famous, really. It's just what I do. If I have to, I'll just keep myself and do what I do. When I decided to say, okay, so I'll just go on to the next thing I like doing, being a painter. When I tried that, they told me my paintings were no good. They were nothing more than child's scribbles. You'll never be good enough to get in any art exhibits, let alone do good enough to get, let alone do anything good with it, so why waste time? Some family, no support whatsoever in anything I ever had passion to do. So much for moral support. And I will tell you this, guys, all of my cupcakes, that is a form of mental abuse. And the previous one is a form of physical and sexual abuse. Not just molestation and rape, it's actually a form of abuse. I told you that I had, if he wouldn't have been, if my biological father wouldn't have been there when I had the police called on him, that he would be behind bars. Guys, the glare that he was giving me as I was telling the police it was made up was the one of he wanted me to tell them it was the truth just so he could beat me before he, went to jail. And he would have too. He would have succeeded. Because he's just that way. So, another question for you guys. Who has been told through social media that you are just a waste of space? That no one wants you. You should just disappear from the world. I have, and it wasn't just through social media. I got that through a couple of games I played. And the example on that one is I teamed up with a couple of random people who played the game longer than I have. And keep in mind, we all equally sucked at this game. But because I was new to the game, I was instantly the newbie. I knew nothing of what I was doing. So when we lost the match that we were in, I got the blame. People, they got so upset because they lost a round of Halo. Guys, it's a game. Seriously? Halo. The game. Something I had no control over. I got the blame because I was new. Not because we all equally sucked, but because I was new. Yes, a video game counted as social media. You can log into it, have an online server, and a chat with other people. Needless to say, all the bullying that happens does not help anyone. And sadly, it takes many forms. It has started wars. There are times bullying and abuse got so bad that countries became divided among themselves. Salem witch trials and witch hunts, World War I and II, the Civil War, American Revolution, so many others. Literal wars broke out because of someone having a different view of how life should be. There have been even religious wars. Again, a different point of view. This is only an example, so bear with me. Here's what a conflicting point of view could be. Religion A. God is a 6-foot-tall blonde woman with long flowing Rapunzel-type locks of hair and big breasts. Religion B. God is a man with a rugged chin and chiseled jaw and workman's hands because he created the world and everything in it. Religion C. God has now become many gods and goddesses, and each god or goddess has a name and is based on a personality traits or mood of God himself. You see, each one has a different point of view, and each one will bully the other, and religious wars will be brought about in turn. Same as a regular war. Guys, the most recent one you've seen, Russia and Ukraine. Different beliefs, different points of view, and it's all because of wanting the property. Russia, Putin, invaded the Ukraine because he wanted the property back. Ukraine didn't have a military. It doesn't have that big of a military defense if it does. All Ukraine wanted to do was live in peace. If Russia is so desperate, if Putin is so desperate for a piece of land, go claim a piece of land on the moon. It'll be better than having to fight over land. Guys, we do not live in a world anymore where kings argue and conquer and take over land. You do not own the land when you die. You do not own the houses that are built on the land when you die. You do not own all of the physical when you die. When you die, the only thing you own when you die is the box you're buried in. That's the only thing you own, because it houses your body. It keeps, for a little while, worms from eating your body. Soon the box will wither and decay, and so too will your body. The only thing then that you own is where you end up is where your soul ends up when you die. At that point, that's the only thing you own, because you made the choice to either hurt or help. If you chose to help, you get to own your own little slice of heaven. Not physically, because it's not a physical form you can grasp on like you can, say, this panda bear or this blanket. It's not a physical thing. Your soul can grab it. Your body can't. Because it's not a physical thing, and your body is immobilized when you die. You can't move or anything like that. So why fight over land, guys? Why argue over who has rights to what part of the land they get? You don't own it when you die. It's gone. It goes to the next person. Whether it be in your family or someone buys it from you. My point being on this is stop the bullying. If you want examples, like I said before, the Salem witch trials and the witch hunts. Back then, no one knew what a seizure was. So the ones that had seizures were declared as possessed by the devil or being controlled by a witch. And I'm sorry that I had to take a pause real quick. My friend was talking to me. Now, I will tell you this. When it came to me doing what I'm doing now, making a video and posting it, I have what you would call as anxiety. Because every time I make a video, it drains me. It drains me and makes me feel all sorts of shaky, and it's called I have an issue, and I know I do. I'll ramble sometimes. But the reason why I feel drained after I make a video is due to the fact of me being bullied. My family always told me I'll never amount to anything, it's not worth it, talk about it and I hurt you, you know, that kind of thing. Well, that's all ending. I don't have contact with my biological father. He's not allowed to be around me or my kids. So there's that little ditty. Ignore the outside, that's my neighbor. I don't know what he's doing. Anyhow, but with people that I know that support me, that are actually behind me saying, you can do this, you got this. Keeping those people in mind, I don't shake near as much. I'm not as nervous as what I used to be, because obviously if I was nervous, I wouldn't have at least 4 videos already on YouTube. And guys, I don't care if you want to just post a comment. I don't care if you want to patch this into a TikTok or whatever. I don't care. But I want you guys to understand, the bullying needs to stop. If you pay attention to what I said, bullying bullying and abuse, both of them hand in hand, have caused so many problems to where it has created wars, whether it be religious wars or, wars that have separated countries amongst themselves. Guys, North and South, Civil War, the North and South. That was a war because of 2 different views and because of being the ones that have been bullied. Well, not because of the bullied, but the bullies. The people that were causing the problem are the ones that don't see war as a problem. They saw it as a solution. Guys, war is not an answer for everything. It really isn't. Why put people through so much hell and so many problems when it can easily be resolved by saying I apologize, or I accept and respect your beliefs and I accept and respect your ideals, and I apologize if mine doesn't sit well with yours because of these differences, but we can work together to figure a happy medium. And half of the problems with the wars and the issues that are going on, they'll dissolve. It'll all go away. One apologizes to the other. Apologize for forcing their belief onto this person. And they apologize for forcing what they think onto you. When instead of arguing, guys, instead of arguing over it, seriously, think about it. If we all went in hand, and said, I want to be your friend. I apologize for what I said about your religion, or for what I said about your idea. We could make friends. We could be friends. We would have a better, happier world if we all thought this way. But because people want to be people, they want to argue over whose idea it was to create the light bulb, or over whose idea of God is correct, or over whose religion is correct, so to speak. Guys, it doesn't matter. And I know some of you are going to hop on here, oh, but it does matter. No, it doesn't. Pay attention to this. Your religion, if you're going to debate religion with me, and you're a Christian, and you read the Bible, I get that. I appreciate your religion, and I respect your views. But this is my point of view, okay? So please have the patience and the respect for me as I do for you. Your religion states that your God is only one God, a vengeful God. Well, not vengeful, jealous God, so to speak. In some texts it says vengeful. It's neither here nor there, though. But in a way, it's all one way. He does get angry. Correct? That's what I thought. Looking at your religion, and then look at Greek mythology. Don't start yelling, saying, oh, don't bring mythology into it, it's not real. Pay attention. Look at your religion. Look at Greek mythology. Even look at all of the other mythologies that have multiple gods and goddesses. Egyptian, Roman, whatever. The gods and goddesses that you see are your gods' personalities with names. Using Greek mythology because that's the one I'm more familiar with. Greek mythology, you have Zeus, king of the gods and goddesses. Okay? You have Zeus, you have Hades, and you have... He slips my mind. Triton. No. Anyhow, I'm sorry. It is one I'm more familiar with, but I always forget the name of the god of the sea because I'm so used to hearing Ariel, Little Mermaid, daddy name instead of the actual name. So this is what I'm gonna do. Okay? Poseidon. That's it. So, you stop and think about it. 3 main gods. All 3 are brothers. Have the king of the gods, Zeus. King of the underworld, Hades. King of the seas, Poseidon. I know, I said Triton, and I was thinking of Little Mermaid because my kids are watching Little Mermaid. Anyhow, you have those main 3. King of the gods, jealous, very jealous. You insult him or anything like that, he throws a lightning bolt at you. He tries to smite you, but he won't because he loves he loves humanity. He loves humanity too much to actually smite you. So he decides to do something else. He punishes you by taking away, say, something that's precious. Something that's precious. Something that he thought you would like to have just as a gift. And then you go and mistreat him and he takes it away. Just like how a parent does a kid. They like having a toy. They act up. You take the toy away. And that's how it goes. But with that being said, that's only one of the many gods. You have Hades, who's king of the underworld. In order to be king of the gods, you have to create the gods and goddesses, aside from Hades and Poseidon. So, therefore saying, Hades is dubbed as your Christian devil, or your Christian Satan. Pretty much the one that is there for you when you die, and you have to cross the river Styx to get to the other side. To where you need to be for your afterlife. Hades is declared as one of your judges to determine where you go. Whether it be to the field of reeds or wherever you want to call it. Even in Norse mythology, Odin is a representation of the Christian God being a jealous God. A vengeful God. Now, granted, Odin didn't have the thunderbolt ability. That's his son Thor. But Odin was the one that was able to tell who was who did what, when and where. By either raven or wolf. But back to the Greek mythology, because it's less gruesome. Still gruesome, but less gruesome compared to Norse. So we'll do it this way. Okay, Poseidon, king of the sea. He is the one who controls all the waters in the world. Make Zeus mad. Poseidon sees it. Or if you tick off Poseidon himself. Giant storm. High waves. Wonder what kind of personality that leads to. That leads to vengeful, doesn't it? That also leads to creation. Because without Hades and Poseidon, Zeus would only be a ruler over water and sky. There would be no land. Hades controls the fires, the volcanoes, anything that really deals with stuff coming up from under the ground. That's fire-wise or demon-like. Monsters, you name it. Hades represents the trials and the tests that your Christian God puts you through. He also represents your Christian angel of death. Because who's there to guide you when you die across the river Styx? Not just Corinne, Hades himself is on one side or the other, telling you if you can go or if you're stuck. Granted, those that didn't pay a penance, like a coin, something of value, you were forced to stay on the one side of the river. You paid, you were allowed to move on. Okay, let's get on to another one of the gods. Let's go to, Aphrodite. Aphrodite, goddess of beauty. Okay? And that's what she's known mainly for, is goddess of beauty. Well, goddess of beauty and love, but mostly goddess of beauty. Didn't your Christian God create beauty and love along with everything else? Didn't he say that everything he made was in his own image? And everything that he made in his own image was beautiful? Guys, come on. Really, think about it. I'm not forcing a religion on you. I'm not trying to contradict you. But if you think about it, look at the different things, all of the traits for each god and goddess, and whether it be Greek mythology, Norse mythology, Egyptian mythology, all of those, look at it and tell me you don't see similarities. You don't see the personalities and representations of your one God in your Bible. Now, granted, some of the stories are a little off and some of them don't represent very well, but you have hand in hand personalities with names. And the personalities are exactly that of your one Christian God. Now, I'm not saying that all of it's true, because I know some of the stories are tales that they used to tell their kids to get them to behave. Okay. But don't think for a second that those tales are just to be tossed aside. It doesn't hurt to pay attention. But, like I said, this isn't just about your religion. This isn't to pick on anybody about their religion. This isn't to start a little internet bullying thing, because I guarantee you, if you bully me, I will block you. Because I have different views on how things work. I'm not one for bullies. My cupcakes are safe on this channel, and I want them to feel safe on this channel. You want to bully me or bully one of my cupcakes, I will block you. I stand up for myself, I stand up for my friends, and I stand up for my cupcakes. This channel, and yes, I do call my little fans, my little subscribers, my cupcakes, because I love you all so much. And you guys are just the sweetest. Now, if you want to debate me in a nice way, without calling names, or poking holes in anything, or really being just straight up mean, and you want to discuss, and I said discuss, not argue, you want to discuss it with me, feel free. I'll respond to your comments, I'll respond to anything. As long as you don't bully me and you're nice about it, I'll do it. I'll listen, I'll read, I'll pay attention to what you have to say. I'll accept your choice for what your choice is, and hopefully you respect me enough to take my choice for what it is. Anyhow, cupcakes, I do have to log. I'm sorry. I know you guys missed me. Oh, so terrible for me to leave. But that's okay. My 5 little precious cupcakes. I'm pretty sure I'm looking forward to more cupcakes to subscribe to me. So any of my little cupcakes, if you guys want, you guys can help me create my cupcake army. I'm kidding. Help bring in some more cupcakes. Please. I need more of my cupcake followers. Love you guys. Bye.